Okay, guys, we would like to welcome you to the final of the World Youth Cup Championships. In the booth right now is myself, Christopher Sloan from Ireland. I'm here as a representative for Tenpin Ireland and all of our youth participants that are here. And joining me today is my close, near and dear friend, Arnar Johnson from Iceland.
Thank you, Chris, for that incredible introduction. Nice to be here.
All right, so first up on the match that we can see, we have Costa Rica competing against, I believe it's uh, Australia. So I actually had the opportunity to see Samantha earlier on strike out in the round of 16 with a 242 to advance into the top eight by, I think, two or three pins. So it was a pretty impressive finish by Samantha. So um, it should be a pretty good match. I'm not going to lie. Alina is one of the best youth players I've seen all over the world. So I'm pretty forward to giving you guys a play-by-play of every shot here.
They're just finishing up their warm up here, right? Or yeah,
No, they're in the third frame, mate.
they're in the front frame.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Annie, you've represented your country at World Championships. What does that mean to you?
Uh, it's always it's always a great honor to be called up for your national team. I've somewhat described it as you're going to war, right? Yeah. Feels like that.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned that to me last week
Yeah,
at the European
you,
Men's.
you're called up to represent your country in the sport that you love so much, and the sport that you like. Me and you have done it for, I've done it since I was 5. Well, I was born in a bowling center, they say, so I've been doing it since forever. And to represent, like my father bowled for Iceland, and it was always a dream of mine to bowl for Iceland. So it's a huge deal for me to do the same as or my parents did when I was young. So
Yo, late messenger for
yeah,
Alina there.
yes, sir.
I am. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to represent my country for a long period of time at youth and at adult level. A lot of it started from the youth experience that I gained at the European Championships, and then moving into the World Youth section. Um, I was sitting with a couple of the kids earlier today, and I was explaining to them that the friends that you make here and the competition that you get to participate in here are the people that you are going to compete against for the rest of your life, more or less. It's a fantastic shot by Samantha there. And I just think that, all of these athletes should be very proud of themselves for the performance that they put on this week, even the good, the bad, and the ones that are indifferent. I think it's been a pretty impressive week of bowling here. Um, I'm fortunate enough. I know the Costa Rican coach quite well, Nathan. I've happily bowled against Nathan in a couple of finals where we're 1-1. He's beaten me at the Ballmaster Championship, and then I beat him at the Qatar Open. So he was telling me a lot of positive things about Alina from Costa Rica here. And as you can see,
Whoa,
lucky
nice
break.
break again.
Yeah, as you can see, she throws it absolutely phenomenal. So she very deservingly has her place here in the finals.
She gives it the business, as we would say.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
absolute the absolute business. To be fair, no, I think it's been pretty important to note. She kind of stemmed into a lot of reactive balls throughout the course of the whole event too, which is pretty impressive. And so did Samantha. Oh, nice shot there
She's
by
just locked
Samantha.
in.
Yeah,
She's really locked in.
a lot of the kids throughout the course of this championships decided to use urethane balls. As I'm aware, a lot of kids, a lot of players in general and athletes tend to do that nowadays. But the two people in our final here have opted to primarily throw reactive for at least the course of all of today, and I gotta say it's been pretty impressive to see. Very positive things coming from both of these players.
you say that we were entering some kind of a shift towards now when we're talking about bad break there with the 710. Yeah. When we're talking about urethane and reactive balls because I recently came home from the EMC and that was a very split tournament like ball wise because you could bowl with urethane but you could also very much bowl with reactive and you still had to make your shots with urethane bowling balls as well as reactive bowling ones. So
Yeah, I just think the general demographic of how the lanes play has changed nowadays. Oh, that's a little left. Yo,
got away
huge
with it.
break,
Wow.
tripping the
Wow.
6-9-10 after Alina 7-10ing. So it was a pretty good break there. Um, I don't know, man. The lanes are changing nowadays, and how the kids attack the lanes
Yeah.
has been changing constantly. Obviously, a lot of players opt to use urethane, but there are still a few that are pushing towards the reactive resin play, and it's not as easy when there's so many urethane balls going down the lane. Great shot for Elena there.
Definitely isn't um, especially when you opt like when you decide to bowl with reactive and a lot of urethane balls are going down the line.
Right,
It definitely isn't easy, but
I'm going to jump across you here, and I'm going to ask you right now. If you were to pick a player right now and these two individuals to win, who are you going for? We need a little bit of friendly rivalry here in the booth while we're going.
before the match started, Elena definitely.
Okay.
Uh,
And now halfway through.
well, it kind of looks like Samantha has the upper hand here. Not gonna lie to you, so
Yeah. No, she has
got a lucky break there again with
just
the
like the
9 count.
16.
Yeah, but anything can happen. Still a match.
Very, very true. All the kids are very fortunate to be here this week in Olympia Bowling, home of the Lucky Larson tournament. So I think it's pretty cool that they've got to experience such a professional environment here all week. They get to see what it is a lot of the pros um, compete in when they come here every August, September. If you haven't yet and you are looking to, I would advise you to go and check out the Storm Lucky Larson Facebook page and try and get yourself an entry so that you can come here and compete with some of the best professionals in the world. All right, back to the match though. Very close match going into the 8 and 9.
Yes, we need some strikes here from Elena to
That
maybe
looks a
that's got
little
a hook.
light.
Yeah.
Lane 15, man, all week, or all 20 years I've been coming to this place, lane 15 just feels so snug down lane in comparison to lane 16. It just feels like it kind of has that hang spot, like it hooks in the front part of the lane and then
Yeah.
it just kind of bails in the mid lane and just does not want to come off it as hard. Lane 16,
Yeah.
she barks off it a little bit harder than lane 15.
There's always this is this is where I bowl my matches in the Swedish league, our home matches.
It's the hook. There you go.
ES Jota and the two pairs that are usually tricky for me are 15 and 16 and 19 and 20. So yeah.
Oh, that's left off the
Gonna
hand
go over.
again.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Got there. Got there.
There's been a couple of very fortunate frames there for Samantha, but like everyone knows in bowling, it's swing.
Name of the game.
Yeah, it's swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
You know, good breaks, bad breaks as they go. So she clearly has the upper hand here going into the 9th frame. She has 279 out, and Lena has 236. So
That's some quick math there, Sloan. I'll give you that.
yeah, it's much more impressive knowing that I've just watched
There
a
you
lot.
go.
Yeah, I've just watched a lot of bowling. I wasn't even really looking at the screen, just knowing by whatever it is that they left. That,
Yeah, I'll admit that. I watched a lot of bowling too, but my mind cannot for the life of me.
Well,
You know.
we won't get into the differences
Okay.
between my mind and your mind. There,
I just
right
wanted to throw
now.
that out there.
I wouldn't want to do that to the
That's
viewers.
you know.
So we'll keep it nice and quiet for the moment. All right, big shot here for Samantha to lock up this game.
Big one.
Looks pretty good.
Gotta get there. Oh,
Oh,
wait a minute.
that was the first one that she didn't really get it into the dry too quick.
Chris, we're going to need some math here. She
Yeah.
takes 2.
I mean, surely you can do this, no?
No,
Okay.
that's why I'm asking you, buddy. I'm not lying.
All right.
Come
So
on, Chris. Help me out
if
here.
if she gets 2 here and she manages to strike out, she can get to 247.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got that?
Got that.
Okay.
Oh.
245. Right. So Alina can stand up here, double, and put a little bit of pressure on her. Nice and early. Oh, actually, you're only complimenting my math. I miscalculated. Alina can only actually get to 226, not 236. So first strike here is huge. She can only win this game if she goes up and doubles, which would then force Samantha to
She's
mark
gonna add
to
some
10-5.
pressure. Oh, that's
Yeah,
unfortunate right there.
that's not gonna do it.
Second 7-10 in the match, and
Yeah, it's less than ideal.
yeah.
So first game is going to be going to Samantha from Oz.
Ooh. This match could get really interesting because she's having trouble in both lanes, Samantha.
Yeah, in general, 15 and 16 tend to be a tricky pair. They've been a relatively low scoring pair throughout the course of the week. I know in the semi-finals there, or in the bronze medal match, the scores tend to be a little bit higher. But throughout the course of competition, I know our athletes from Ireland, they struggled quite a bit on this pair, and I witnessed a lot of players kind of just not being able to navigate their ball motion the correct way from 15 and 16 with what they were seeing in the rest of the center. So it'll be pretty interesting, all right.
Yeah. See if Samantha can bounce back here. Ended with 2 opens and started off pretty strong. So
Yeah, I would
see what
imagine.
happened here.
I would imagine just based off the fact that I know the gentleman that's representing Costa Rica as the coach is a relatively knowledgeable individual. I would imagine that he is going to probably get Elena to ball up. It just looked like the ball that she was throwing was just kind of blown past the spot a little bit. It just looked like it wasn't seeing the lane early enough, and kind of locking into place. It just looked like it was a little bit too clean. So
Yeah.
I would imagine he's probably going to put her into an earlier hooking bowling ball so that she can get that ball to bleed off the back part of the lane a little bit better, and that we will have a little closer of a match. Obviously, Elena was very unfortunate with those couple of bad breaks, but fair play to Samantha. That's kind of how the game goes.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here. See if she can bounce back.
Yeah, so she changed into a harsh
Nope.
reality.
There you go.
I've seen her throw that ball
Yeah.
all week. I think she shot 300 with
Little
that
fist
ball.
pump there.
Yeah.
Getting hyped up.
Oh, you're all about the hype. We all know that.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
you're probably the most hype man that I know that bowls.
you got to show some feelings, baby.
Still, ball's just hooking a little bit too early for Samantha in general. The last 5 or 6 shots in Brooklyn kind of going high. The ball's getting offline almost by the arrows.
Question is also how much, could Samantha move more left? I mean, obviously Elena can move a lot more left because of her air rate, but I don't know if Samantha is comfortable with that. But
Yeah. Oh,
that's an unfortunate chop right
yeah,
there.
it was. She got a little left off her hand. Thought she was gonna get a little lucky, and then pretty bad break not to make it in the end. Yeah, no, I mean, if I was stood there with Samantha right now, I would be probably trying to nudge her feet a little bit further left, her whole feet in her
Yeah,
target,
yeah,
just to see if she can actually get that ball to float through the front and the middle part of the lane. But
yeah.
it doesn't seem like she's able to get her ball through the lane. So we're probably going to be looking at a ball change pretty soon from her,
Yeah.
or a zone change. So
Mm. See if she can double here. It's pretty good.
Little inside, little
Just a tad
inside,
high there.
little inside. It looks like both players are struggling quite a lot. And just for everybody at home watching, I hope you've been tuned in all week. Arna and myself have been around the last couple of days, and out of uh, you know pure interest, I'd love to hear what Arnie thinks about the last 16 competitors and just watching all the kids bowl. That's a much better shot from Samantha there.
Well, it's always interesting to see the the future of the sport and obviously I was rooting for my guy Mikael or Mikey as we call him, huge talent from Iceland, and he also just came straight from the EMC to Helsingborg to bowl this event, and unfortunately he came up short for the top 8, but fought through the whole week, and just happy with his performance, and he's making incredible. What's the word?
Progress.
Progress. Yes, thank you.
Progress. Yeah, of course, man.
Well, it's always fun to see the future of the sports. We bowled some. Obviously, it wasn't the International Bowling Federation when we were bowling these events, and it was more like the EYCs.
Yep.
The same format when we were bowling this, bowling singles, doubles, trios. I don't know if they still do it.
No, I don't actually. There hasn't been a World Youths for a couple of years, I don't believe. But I gotta say, the format of this event is fantastic. I think I had actually said it to you earlier on that I, I'm actually kind of jealous of a lot of the kids here. They're so fortunate
Yeah,
that they get the opportunity to bowl a World Youth Cup. I bowled the old Cubica AMF World Cup quite often. I think I bowled it 3 or 4 times. But
yeah,
to be able to participate against kids your own age and people that like you're gonna see for the next 10 to 15 years, and you get to go one on one against them.
yeah.
The format is pretty good in that regard too. So, all right, so we have a max score possibility of 258 to 259.
Here's some math for you guys again.
Yeah, well, hopefully, hopefully my math is correct this time around. So, Arna, you stream, so you must be so excited to be able to do this
Oh,
right
this is
now.
like
I mean, I know I tend to take everything in my stride, but you must be very excited to do this.
I don't know how many people are watching, but I assume a couple of thousand, obviously.
That was
And
so good off her hand there from Alina, and it just broke loose.
yeah,
That right lane just hooks so much down lane. I thought that was very good through the front and the middle part of the lane, but then she just hooked too much. That,
just got a refill of a water here for me and Sloaney, and obviously,
oh,
back at this streaming thing,
yeah,
I'm just used to you watching me and keeping my viewer count up. So this is a big step up.
yeah, no, absolutely. Look,
Yeah,
um, I know I take a lot of things for granted and stuff, but having the opportunity to commentate and just watch these great athletes compete in
yeah,
the finals, it's
great shot.
fantastic shot from Samantha there. We're so fortunate to be able to do this, man. And we take a lot of things for granted, being professionals in the game. But I do think that a lot more of the guys should kind of get into this side of it as well, just to be
Yeah,
able to give back. All right. So there's a relatively tight game here. Samantha tends to have the lead. I quite like.
really good shot here. Come on, get it.
It's so tight down lane on lane 15. Well, Elena seems to be executing, but she's just fighting pretty bad ball reaction right now. The right lane, both shots look pretty good, and it just broke loose
That
down
lane
lane.
15
And
me, yeah.
lane 15, she
Yeah,
gets it to the same spot down lane. It's just
yeah.
so snug.
Doesn't see it.
No.
Doesn't see it the right way.
Sadly, the only way you can really combat that type of early hook and down lane snugness is she's got to try and get that ball like a little bit slower and a little bit further to right down the lane, so that it kind of comes off it a little bit smoother, so that it stalls someone's transition. So we'll see if Samantha can jump all over Elena here and
That's always
take it pretty
something I
threatening.
have like struggled with a lot in my career. Like I'd rather see my ball hook more than it not hooking at all. Like I seem to almost got the break there. And I don't know what that is, but I've always thought it was easier to move off of more hook than no hook at all.
Yeah, that's a rev rate thing. I obviously I'm lucky enough. I, I, I've been in the game a little while now, even though I'm not overly old. I might look at, especially in comparison to some of the participants this week. But I've been around Frankie and a couple of the other guys. Predominantly, a lot of the guys with a lot of rev rate have no problem moving off uh, friction, and when the ball hooks, it's easier because you
Yeah.
can just go left and chase it and chase it and chase it.
Yeah.
Um, when there tends to be a lot of hang, or when there tends to be tightness down lane and early hook, the guys with the higher rev rates tend to struggle, just purely based off the fact they don't have quite as much touch as the lower rev rate guys. They don't feel like they need to finesse it so much through the front part of the lane. So that's pretty much where that comes from. But
Also, I could imagine it being a, you know, let's see what
it's
she
another
does
ball
here.
change.
Yeah, it's got a hook. It did.
Oh, very good shot.
Yeah, good carry there.
Right when she needed it too.
I was gonna say, it's always easier to make a move off of something that you see because obviously when the ball is not hooking, you're not actually seeing what it's doing because it could be hooking really early, or just not at all.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's
It is difficult to differentiate between
yeah
whether the ball's hooking it early or whether it's not
when you're
hooking
not
at all.
used to
Yeah,
seeing.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Big shot here for Samantha. It looks pretty good.
it's gonna stay.
That looked pretty good.
It did.
The minute that left her hand, she's kind of playing that more so old school frozen rope where
Frozen rope.
where she's just absolutely lacing the pocket. She's
Yeah.
just a little left the second arrow there. She's playing the hold, using the friction to her advantage. Alina's a little bit left of that, and she's trying to bounce it off it. It's to
Is
be
it the
quite
old?
honest with
Is
you.
the old 5-10? The old 5-10, 5 at the arrows, 10 at the break point.
Yeah, sure, mate. Whatever you want. There's a pretty big shot here for Alina, though. This kind of decides whether she wins or
Gonna go.
loses.
Oh.
Yeah, she's in a lot of trouble here. She is in a lot of trouble. 3, 6, 9, 10. Pretty difficult spare to shoot. So looks like it's going to be in Samantha's hands going into the
Yeah.
last couple of frames.
Yeah, lane
Yeah.
15 just really tricky right now. When they miss right, it
Missed the
doesn't
spare
hook.
too.
And
Just a tough couple of games here for
Yeah.
Elena, who's been fantastic all week long. But you know, Samantha's kind of rose to the occasion here. She's thrown the shots when she's needed to. She's an absolutely fantastic bowler, and you're getting to see that right here.
and obviously it's not only the lanes. So you can only imagine the feelings and nerves that
Oh, the pressure.
the pressure that the bowlers are dealing with. It's some thrive on it, some are still learning to bowl with it,
Mhm.
and for me, that's really the biggest thing that you have to learn is dealing with your feelings while you're bowling, especially in these situations.
Whoa.
Oh, wait a minute.
I gotta say,
Wait a minute.
I'm a big fan. I know she didn't make the spare right there, but I'm a big fan of what Samantha done there with shooting the 2-8 straight. It's not an easy thing to do, especially under pressure. But she knew the minute she let go of it, whether she makes it or she misses it. A lot of kids
Yeah.
nowadays, a lot of young players, a lot of athletes in general, still hook at their spares. I think over the course of a career, the straighter you throw it at them, the more likely you're gonna make them. See if Alina can step up here and put some pressure on Samantha. Looks pretty
Definitely
good.
needs it.
Looks pretty good.
Yes, sir.
That
Oh.
was
That was a
fantastic.
fantastic shot, yeah. Yeah, I actually heard the goat say one time, if you can take the lane out of play during your spares, do it. You'd be in pretty good shape.
I don't remember saying that, mate.
I I kind of knew that you were gonna go there, but I kind of didn't.
All right.
But I was obviously talking about. But
Oh, that looks like a good shot from Samantha.
yes, sir.
So we are looking
Putting on
at
pressure.
a potential 192 to 207 here. So the next couple of frames are some of the biggest shots that these girls have thrown in their career to date.
To date. Big shot here to add a little pressure. Oh,
It's got to
go
go
back. Oh my God! Almost left to 7 as well.
Yeah, and a flat 10. And
That would have been a third one in the match.
I truthfully believe she's been executing pretty good, but just she's the unfortunate victim of
Still a
the
match here. Big shot for Samantha in the 9th.
topography on 15 and 16. I've been kind of haunting Elena here. She's thrown a lot of excellent shots, and just the over responsiveness of the friction on the right lane and then the kind of hang spot down lane on lane 15 she's been struggling with. So massive shot here for Samantha. She can all but essentially lock it up. Ooh. Fantastic.
Oh, stay there, man. Still got it.
Yeah. She's able to speed shimmy through there. Elena pretty much in a strike position now
Yeah, she's got
to have any chance. Looks pretty good. Was pretty good. So 172 max for Elena. Just means Samantha needs any form of decent counter or mark.
Oh. Okay, got lucky there with the count. Should be a
looks like it's
pretty
it.
regular spare there for Samantha.
Samantha only needs one off the two of these to take home the title. Nice finish for Elena, but just unfortunately it looks a little bit too late. So Samantha here just needs any one of these two pins to lock up the gold for Oz. There you have it. She's going to get one of them. Yep, she made the spare. So
you got it.
Congratulations to Samantha Clifton, who is your World Youth Cup champion for the women. Great week this week by Elena from Costa Rica. She's done our country proud. It was a pretty exciting final. She managed to hold on to the very end, but commiserations to her and congratulations to Samantha Clifton. All the fantastic 2 games here. Very well deserved. Snuck into the top 8 with a massive game. She's been fantastic all week, folks, and she's your World Youth Cup champion.
Bet you we're going to see a lot of them.
Oh yeah,
both of them.
Oh yeah,
in the future. Yeah.
185 to 172, folks. 2-0 to Australia versus Costa Rica.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to our women's champion, Samantha Clifton from Australia.
Well, that's all we have for myself and Arnar here. We're going to go out and we're going to watch the men's match now in person. They're going to swap us out with a new bunch of commentary. So thank you very much for bearing with me and Arnie while we managed to mind our P's and Q's and enjoy this fantastic match. So once again, congratulations to Australia. They very, very deserving winner. So thank you guys. And Arnie, you got anything else left to say?
No, I'm just happy that they trusted her with the two mics.
Yeah, that's fair to say. They know that I'm at least politically correct enough that I can figure it out with you on the mic and
Hey.
keep you under wraps. So I think that was the main reason they put us together.
Correct.
So guys,
I think we did great.
Yeah, I think so too. So thank you very much, guys. We appreciate your help. And please stay tuned for the men's match coming up right now.
And on lane 16 from the Czech Republic, Andrej Prekov. Okay, gentlemen, you'll get 5 minutes warm up on your pair of lanes. Countdown is on.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to get ready. You may start your
by scores.
Hi, and we're back. This is Paul Fleming with from Fort Worth, Texas, from the United States, here at the Youth Men's World Cup Finals in Helsingborg. It's going to be an exciting match. We just finished up with the ladies. It was definitely an exciting match with Elena from Costa Rica and Samantha from Australia that took home the victory. So I expect another exciting match here. And here I am with Kelly Kulik, also from the United States. Kelly?
Greetings, everyone. Head coach of Junior Team USA. We had our 2 players this week bowl, and as Paul mentioned, we're in the final match right now. Best 2 of 3. Ladies finished up in 2 games. Robin in frame number 2 starts off with a strike, so has through 1 frame. So far, 15-16. A couple of 7-10s from the ladies, the first match. And both players attacking the lane slightly different. Robin from the outside, more direct. And Andre is a little bit more belly left to right.
And Robin, if you don't know, is the defending champion, so we'll see if he can defend his title. He's bowled great all week and all the matches. Andre has been very, I guess you'd say, consistent and surprising and just getting the job done. So this should be an exciting match as well.
Gold medal match. And we had both players, Robin and Elena, being able to defend their title, which just occurred last year in Lima, Peru. See where this event moves to in the future years. All right, clean through 2 frames. When we finish up here, we'll bring you the medal rounds for both the men and the women. And it's funny, I talk about men, but some of them are 16, some of them are 21 years old, so the range of ages is quite a variety. How old is Robin? Do we know how old Robin is?
I believe Robin is 21.
So this will be his final.
This will be his last year.
His last year. Such a strong competitor.
And he recently just won the European Championships last week, so he's coming in on a lot of momentum, and I think he's pretty determined to defend his title.
I think the European Federation has really changed the outlook or the perspective of international bowling. There's a lot of urethane, a lot of 2-handed styles from the men and the women, and really changing the graph of how to play lanes, how to play different patterns.
Yeah, talking to a lot of the international players, it is totally different here. It's nothing but urethane. And a lot of them are surprised when, I guess you'd say, players from the States come over and they don't have any urethane. So it's a totally different attack plan.
All right, so 10-pin, 7-pin, 9-pin for Andre so far. If it was no tap, he'd be fine. Well, we had our eyes opened when we came here 3 years ago for the World Championships, and to see the the large amount of urethane on every pair from every country. So, again, it's changing. History is repeating itself.
Yes.
All right. Looking for a 3 in a row. 4th frame. And he does it. His style is very, very calm. I like how his first 2 steps are somewhat slow and melodic, and then he really starts to accelerate the last few steps of his approach. Really short, quick swing with the cradle. And he's got really great control at the release point. I wonder what this victory would mean for Sweden, being the host country and defending his title, being able to win here in this center.
Well, talking earlier, that was really big for him to be able to defend in his home country. So, and I believe, I don't think this is his home house, but to defend in this country meant a lot to him. So. And from what I hear, he really loves the pressure. He really rises to the occasion. He loves to be in those situations.
You can see the deep breath with the shoulders releasing. He's sliding 14. He's right around 6 to about 4. Much more firmer and more direct up the lane.
He's off to an early lead, but it's anybody's game yet. Andre definitely needs to get it going.
Looking for a double. And he gets it. So I'm not sure how many you know, but the pattern itself is 43 feet, a volume of 29.2 milliliters. 2 types of oil being used, ice and current, ice in the front, current in the back. So high friction center. Definitely ball wants to see friction early and start to slow down as soon as it hits the lane. But majority of the players had success, I would say, playing firmer up the lane. And then, of course, with 4 people on a pair, as they got into that 5th and 6th game, you saw a lot of migration inward. The only difference is the athletes had 10 minutes of practice in every round up until this gold medal round. It was 5. Robin to an extensive lead with 5 in a row.
I would say it's almost a must-strike situation for Andre to stay in the first game match. The nice thing about this format is it's the best 2 out of 3, so it's not total pins.
Amongst the men's side, we haven't seen many low games, right? There's been maybe a couple 190s, 2-0s, but majority has been in the, a solid game has been 240 plus.
Yeah, during the matches, it's been in the bronze level match, the games were 269 to 247, and then 249 to 247. Scores have been extremely high on the guy side.
So Andre right now is experiencing a little bit of a little too lengthy with the equipment. So I think that's where Robin just has the advantage. He's a little bit firmer. He's straighter through the front part of the lane. The ball doesn't have much angle entry change going into the pocket, whereas Andre is a little bit more left to right, just exposes that pocket, that 1-3 pocket, to numerous amounts of like the swishy 7, the ring 10, the flat 10, or even the high 4. And there's the backup. Doesn't get old for me. I could watch that all day long, just knowing the talent that these young men have to do that, and women.
Oh, it's been very enlightening coming over here and seeing the ability these young players have to play both sides of the lane, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. So the game is changing, that's for sure.
Well, 2 more strikes here, and Robin will shut him out game 1. He's on 290 pace max score. Ooh.
It seems to be Robin's trademark is getting an early lead and just keeping his foot on the pedal.
As I say, hit the gas pedal, don't look in the rearview mirror.
Yep.
All right, 290 and 247 max.
So we'll see what kind of adjustments Andre makes and gets ready for game 2.
Ooh, trips the floor. Here's the one thing in bowling that's been like a subject lately is in terms of, you know what got you there. You know what you did to get to the medal round. But now you play with a person that's going much more straighter. Do you think about moving out there, Paul? Do you think about going a little bit further right and straighter? Because right now he's got that 9-pin syndrome. 7-pin, 4-pin, 10-pin, stone 9. Or you just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, the biggest thing I've noticed, say with Andre on some of his matches, is he is always searching and seeing what works. And to me, I call him a wild card. You never know what's going to happen with Andre, which is great because he may lose this match, but then he comes back the next match and shoots 260 and wins. So it's going to be exciting to see what kind of adjustments he makes.
Yeah, if he doesn't strike here, he's definitely shut out this game. So
Yes.
game number 1 will go to Robin. I did notice in Robin when he was playing during qualifying, he was a few pairs left of your son Connor, who I was watching bowl. And again, he stayed firmer and straighter through the front most of the entire time until he was really forced. Maybe that 11-12 zone, 13-14 was maybe the deepest he got. Whereas Andre, a little bit softer speed, different rotation, played definitely more left to right. Looks like he tried to move a little bit right, but it's definitely harder through the front part of the lane. Well, Robin will win game number 1. So best of the 3, the Swedes have a lead 1-0 as we get to the end of this first game.
Looked like Andre tried to make an adjustment there. Looked like a little bit firmer and more to the right, and the ball didn't quite react. So again, with the best of 3, it's all strategy. So now's the time to try something new, see if it works. It's not going to hurt you. So it's just getting ready for game 2 and hopefully force a game 3.
And think about it, it's 18 games of qualifying, and Andre was just kind of on the bubble of getting into that round of 16. Then they bowled head-to-head match play for 15 games, so they faced everyone within the field with a 30 bonus pin awarded to the one winning the match, 15 if it was a tie. And then they got to the top 8, which is again, best of 3 medal head-to-head matches. Annihilating that 10-pin with the messenger. I think most bowlers, especially the men, have been relying on those type of shots these days where the ball just comes so revving at the end of the pattern, enough behind the head pin that the head pin goes directly to the sidewall on the left side and just comes back across. That's how much power they can emit to the bowling ball at the release point.
Yeah, the game certainly has changed since I was these gentlemen's age. So they have a lot more rev rate, a lot more power. I threw urethane back when I was their age too, but that was the only thing that was available was urethane. So
how far back are we talking about, Paul?
We're talking in the 80s where these young men were not even a thought in their parents' eyes.
Well, I have to say, my first ball was the Kmart ball, other than the house ball off the rack. But after that, I did actually throw a purple hammer in my young career. If you can believe it. Yeah, I had a purple, I had a blue pearl hammer and a purple hammer were the 2 balls I went to nationals with.
I can actually say I think this was, I'm going to date myself, my first 800, I threw a red hammer in 1986. I had a blue hammer and I had a black hammer. The purple hammer was not out yet.
There you go.
but I did throw the purple. So I had all the hammers at one point, but again, that was the ball in the 80s was the hammer.
I'm going to test Paul's history here after you watch Andre. I think he's going left and a little bit softer. Yeah, he's going further left, a little bit softer, a little bit more shape around the lane, see if he can carry going into the game number 2. So that was his move because he was sliding about 16, 17. Now he's about 19, 20. And you can see his ball speed is dialed down. Robin moved in a little bit too. Yeah, 2, 8, 10. So, in terms of the hammer series, which one was first? Was it the black or the blue? What was the first hammer?
I want to say it was the black.
Black hammer, blue hammer. We had the
Red hammer.
Red hammer. When did burgundy come? Or was it the blue?
Then there was the burgundy hammer.
And there was a blue pearl.
A blue pearl. A red pearl.
Red pearl. And we had the purple.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
But that purple back then does not react like the purple.
No. Let's say for sure that was not a Kentucky purple too. That was a Delaware or Maryland.
Well, they had a Utah and a Baltimore. But no, that was the blue, or I think that was the blue hammers. Utah and Baltimore.
All right, so opening match 276 to 20. I thought you got 3 on that last one. Yeah, 205. There we go. We got 2 score monitors going. So huge victory for Robin. Game number 1 is down, both under their belts. Let's see how game 2 goes.
Well, again, that's the nice thing about this format. He's down 1-0.
Yep.
Not down 71 pins. He's down 1-0. So Andre just has to win this game to force it to game 3 and see what the deciding factor is. So we'll see what kind of adjustments these players make. Looks like both of them were trying something different on their 11th frames. So 10th frame, 11th frame. So we'll see what happens. Any more sports history?
I mean, just,
I'm a little older than Kelly.
Well, let's just say that this generation of bowlers may not have, realized all the, differences of all the hammer products that had come out when I was even bowling as a junior bowler too.
Yes.
So that's why I said I wasn't sure if it was the blue or the black hammer that was first. So
my
education for me too.
My first bowling ball. Can you guess what my first bowling ball was?
Excalibur.
We're gonna put this into Excalibur.
No. Caramel white dot.
No.
All right.
We'll put this in the chat. Anybody know what my first bowling ball was? And I'll give you a date range. It was 1973.
24810.
Let's see who gets it in the chat. 1973 was my first bowling ball. I was age 5.
Yeah. We had a store called Kmart back in the States that sold plastic balls, and that was my first actual ball. Ooh, reverse hook. Can he make it?
Oh my goodness.
What a way. Makes the 4-8-10.
So this would be good trivia for everybody here.
That Fred Flintstone rock. Look.
I was in Bitburg, Germany. My dad was in the military.
The pink hammer. Thanks, Gene.
Brunswick is close.
That's the LT48. That's what I thought.
It is a Brunswick ball. It is not the LT48, though. Something from Brunswick. That's right. No, not the Manhattan rubber.
Ooh, Robin has
it was a
lead.
rubber thing. That is right. My dad had one of those, and I threw it, and it never hooked. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, how did they throw this?" But Brunswick is the brand. There it is, right
Black
there.
Beauty.
The Brunswick Black Beauty. That is correct. And I hooked the entire lane because I threw it really slow.
Andre shifted inward. Ooh, through the face. 3-6-10. Can see him walk off the approach a little bit perplexed. As like, what's happening? What's happening? So when you see early hook, early friction, he's been really good moving further inside and playing deeper and getting the ball to about 11-12 at the break point, just letting the ball roll into the 1-3 pocket as he's migrated inward. And don't forget, the more you keep stripping and reoiling the pattern, things are going to change. Transition's going to change. And again, all the athletes had 10 minutes of practice in every medal round previous to this one. Up until now, it was just 5 minutes. Oh, bad break.
So we have in the chat, what place did Columbia finish? I believe
Sarah had to be
she
her.
lost in the first round, so of the match play. So she was 5 through 8.
Robin looking to extend his lead for 3 in a row.
I am sorry those people that have rubber balls from the 60s sitting in our pro shop. It costs people a lot of money to drill a rubber ball nowadays because those are very terrible. They smell awful.
Danny was using it for a spare ball. Danny Wiseman, that is, for the longest time. Andre looking for X on the sheet.
Oh my goodness.
That one looked like he got around it even quicker off his hand. Try to create a little more, generate more ball motion. Stone 9-pin.
So Andre is definitely searching, and Robin has his foot on the pedal. The Ebonite Nitro from the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. Got one team for... I was on the Ebonite team back in the 90s and won the world championship on the Ebonite team in 94, 96. They had some great bowling balls, and our team was named the Nitro R's.
Well, they first came out with the green, and then it was the purple.
Oh, yeah. I believe that was the Nitro R.
Yeah, Nitro R, then the
That
Nitro
was
R squared.
one of my favorite balls.
Robin a little loft over the front, gets it to 3-4. 4 in a row.
Robin looks very comfortable on that lane right now. Andre needs to get it going to force a game 3.
And all the creativity of the amount of cover stocks and bowling balls that every ball manufacturer has created and designed, to think that how urethane has just played such a huge role these last, I would say, 5 years, maybe even 10 years. In previous world championships that have traveled around the world, I know Asia has still continued to throw urethane, so for his first strike, 3-6-10 again. He's in trouble.
Yeah, one thing these players got to realize is to get to this level, it's quite an accomplishment. And Andre, you know, he needs to hold his head high. I'm sure it's disappointing not to be able to challenge Robin, which looks like he's going to get there. I'm going to predict that, but anything can still happen. But all these players should be proud of themselves for just getting to this level.
Chops a 3-6-10 again. So in 4 frames, he has 3 opens.
So it looks like Robin is on his way to possibly defending his title. I'm going to go out on a limb.
Well, we need our little. If there was, if one of the sports channels was having a little statistic outcome, I think Robin would be about 95%.
I think it might even be even higher.
Yep. Can he extend it with 5 in a row? Looking for Yahtzee, and he's got it.
It's possible he's going to shoot 300. I don't believe in the jinx, so I'm going to call it. It's possible he's going to shoot 300.
All right, does Sweden have like a monetary award if he shoots 300 live on television? I'll give him a great handshake for winning and shooting 300.
Absolutely. It's phenomenal.
Come on, Andre. Just feel a little comfortable.
Oh my goodness.
He's trapped right now. 3, 4, 6, 7. he's just not really sure what to do. So at this point, because he's been so successful, again, moving deeper, I would find a way to go deeper and just find. I think that's where his comfort zone really is. A little bit softer ball speed, try to create a little bit more shape, gets his feet further left.
Unfortunately, I could say I wish I wasn't ever in Andre's position, but I have been, and sometimes it's just not your day.
If this continues to go the way it is, I mean, Andre is going to win a silver medal today.
Oh, absolutely.
He will win a silver medal.
Like I said, it's
the triumph to get here. As
it's
you
a great
mentioned.
accomplishment.
Oh, the hammer nail. I remember that ball.
The hammer nail. It was not their best bowling ball, but
looking for a six-pack.
And he did.
Reminds me of the Paul Bunyan character. The beard. Just put a red hat on him and an axe in his hand.
Well, you know, it is so amazing to watch some of these young men that if everybody has ever met me, this gentleman, Robin, that has a beard, well, I don't think that's ever going to happen to me. So I've been very fortunate that I have to shave every day now, but not like I can grow anything. So been very fortunate.
All right. Well, the good news is Andre has a 9 count, so this is a makeable spare.
It is.
It's not the 3-6-10 or any other artwork design.
So this is what I was talking about earlier. As a bowler, I love to be in Robin's situation. That, okay, pretty much have match in hand. As a spectator, I wanted to see 3 games, 10th frame, make them perform. So
that was the exciting point of all the matches, too. I mean, so many of them went down to the last game in the 10th
absolutely.
frame. And that's what bowling is. I mean, you had people who were sitting down and had a great view and were still standing up on their feet just to see what the outcome was going to be. You could feel the pressure. You know, you can cut it with a knife just to see.
Now, I watched Samantha from Australia. She shot 242 and won the 7th game this morning to get into the finals by 4, I think it was 4 pins. And then she went on to win. So it's...
And she had to bowl Norway, who dominated in the round of 16, who bowled so well. She was, I think she was number 1 for majority of the 16 games.
I think she went undefeated, did she not? No, she won 1. She lost 1 match.
Yeah.
2
matches.
2 matches. It was unbelievable. She bowled fantastic. I mean, she should... It's so tough to lead by that much and lose, but that's
bowling.
The way the format is.
That's bowling.
You know, it is absolutely bowling.
Oh, Andre finds his first strike
There
on
we
the
go.
board.
There we go.
His shoulders were a little bit back on that shot.
Such a good sport. Such a good sport. So he knows. He knows. He's going to root on his competitor, Robin, and let's see him throw the last 5.
Well, this house will be celebrating immensely
for
goodness. Sweden to
absolutely
home territory. Defending champion defends again. I mean, what a career he has ahead of him. I mean, I can't wait to see what he's going to do on the adult team.
Absolutely.
And how far he'll excel. His mindset just seems to be very cool and collective.
Very calm. It is amazing to watch the youth.
Well, he now has 8 in a row. So he was on a 290 pace last game, and now he's through perfection so far through 8 frames. Only 4 strikes away from having 300, already secured the gold medal.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Gene, I believe that, hey, congratulations. So it was not the most successful, but I didn't say some people didn't have success. So that is awesome. So in my opinion, there's no such thing as a bad bowling ball. There's bowling balls that don't match up for you, and then you don't throw them.
I remember the nail had a really tall core in it, weight block in it. It went very straight.
Wasn't the nail one of the first reactive also?
I want to say that, well,
Wasn't it
Excalibur, but T-Shark.
No, I mean
In
hammer.
Oh, hammer.
The hammer line first reactive. And it was maybe a little behind its time.
Maybe.
So the Excalibur was something. I loved the Excalibur when it came out.
Ninth frame, looking for 9 in a row.
Here we go.
So we have Yahtzee, the 6-pack, 7 train. What's 9? We have a saying for 9? There's no saying for 9. Like
9-bagger.
The niner.
Here we go. All I can say is Sweden has been a breath of fresh air for me. I'm from Texas, and I guess it's pretty cool there now, but usually it's 95, 100. I don't know what that equates to in Celsius, but I think it's like 35?
30, 31, 32.
It's very hot. So I'm not going to like going home. Sweden has been an awesome country to be in. First time, and the proprietor here, Patrick, I've known him for, he keeps saying 25 years. He's a little shy. It's been over 30. So it was so great to see Patrick again. The facility here has been fantastic. The staff has been fantastic. Just Swedish people in general have been
Everything. So accommodating. The food has been wonderful.
Yes.
Clean environment.
It's been a great experience.
I've enjoyed walking back and forth every day.
Every day.
Except for the really, really,
there was a
day.
really windy day that, if we had a sail, we would be blown away. So we're getting up for the 10th frame here. We'll see. I think I have a good vibe here.
10 in a row. He gets it.
At the end in heavy oil. Which reactive is the most aggressive at the end in heavy oil? So when I worked Pro Shop, here was the most common question I ever got. I want a ball that hooks early and finishes hard. All I would say is good luck. So you kind of either get one or the other. So I know in the Storm line, probably the most is the Hyperdrive. It's a little higher RG for a asymmetric ball and gives you a nice finish on the back end. So as far as hook early and finish hard, and we have 11 in a row here. So let's see if we can hold true to the 300 I might have predicted. That would be awesome.
So what are the lottery numbers, Paul? I need to know. You previewed it.
Well, I wish I knew that answer too.
Yay, Andre. Wow.
So, unbelievable match. Hats off to Andre. Fantastic performance this week. So, silver medal. Robin defends his title. This was his last year to be able to defend. No?
Mm-hmm. Oh, a little inside.
Oh, my goodness. Now he shot a very common number, 295. So, fantastic game. Wins the title. Wins the gold. Great job, Robin. Robin 2, Purple Hammer. Yep. It was great here from Helsingborg and Olympia Lanes. It was great being here. I am not looking forward to my long trip home to the States, but it was a pleasure talking to you all.
Yeah, thank you, Helsingborg, for having us. We really look to come back here for many future events on the youth and the adult side, because what a great proprietor, host center. This place welcomes us with open arms, and they know bowling. So thank you, Sweden. Thank you to all the athletes, all the coaches, again, all the staff, all the spectators, the professionals that came in, and the youth along the way during the week to have that spectacle to show what Sweden is going to bring us in the future. And from Team USA, thank you for having me and our family of friends.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for the medal presentation for the 2025 IBF Youth World Cup. We will do the ladies first, and I'd like to invite the medalists to the podium, please. Ladies. The medals today will be presented by Ms. Helena Sundqvist, President of the Swedish Bowling Federation, and the souvenirs will be presented by Anna Andersson, Team Sweden. Now the souvenirs are a teddy bear called Simsala Save, and every purchase of a teddy bear, money goes to the Children's Cancer Research Foundation. So, without further ado, in third place and bronze medalist from Denmark, Karen K. Nielsen. The silver medal from Costa Rica, Eleanor Weinstock. And the gold medal from Australia, Samantha Clifton. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to rise for the national anthem of Australia. Photos taken, please. If anybody needs to take some photos or would like to take some photos, please come down and take them now. Congratulations, ladies. And now we'll move on to the men's medalists, and I'd like to welcome the medalists to the podium, please. Presenting the medals this afternoon, Mr. Roger Creamer, Director of International Relations and Sport Development for Kubica AMF, and presenting the souvenirs, Nora Johansson, Team Sweden. In third place, and bronze medalist from Finland, Lucas Varnanen. The silver medal from Czech Republic, Andrei Prekov. And the gold medal from Australia, no, from Sweden, Robin Wilhammer. Now Robin is the defending champion from Peru. He's back-to-back Youth World Cup winner. And interesting statistic, in his World Cup gold medal matches, he has averaged 276 for the 4 games that he's played. Congratulations, Robin. If I could invite the lady medalists back as well, we'll get a group photo with all the medalists and all the presenters. We'll get photos, everybody.
National anthem.
My apologies. I'd like you to all rise to the national anthem of Sweden, please. Congratulations to all the medalists. I'd like to invite the ladies medalists to come back for some group photos, please. And while we're doing that, I'd just like to make maybe a little closing speech on behalf of the International Bowling Federation. I would like to thank you all very much for being in attendance this week. 39 federations is a great thing to happen. I think the kids have enjoyed themselves this week. The competition's been tough. It's been fair. There's been no issues, and I think the kids have actually met new friends and learned a bit about other cultures, which is what it's all about. I'd also like to thank the Swedish Bowling Federation for their support. Thank you, Helena, and especially Patrick Backer and his staff here at Olympic Bowl. Absolutely sensational. Once again, thank you very much to everybody, and I'd like to wish you all a safe travels home. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. It's a lot of feelings here, and it was such a thrilling day with such amazing bowling from so many different bowlers. First, I want to thank the best staff in the whole world. My staff is, my friends, my family. Thank you so much for all the hard work you do. I come up with all these crazy ideas, and they actually, it's not me that do all the things, but they save me every time and help me do the dreams I want to do for bowling. So we're going to have a little farewell party here soon with some good food and some socializing and everything. And before I say goodbye to everybody, I just want to